Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. You can find us in Campbellville, Ontario. We have rescued chickens, pigs, and cows and goats. We've got plenty more farmed animals, big and small, all for love and love for all. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Our mission is to inspire kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. You can help us take action by volunteering or through donations, or visit our store and check out our website to learn more. Welcome to Heaves Barnside Chat. We take your questions from the magic rainbow bag. Love lives here, so join us today for Heaves Barnside Chat. Happily ever after Farm Sanctuary.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Heath's Barnside Chat. My name's Derek, and I will be joined in just a few moments with caregiver Chris. How are you doing today? Oh, there's the comments. They are starting to come in. I was a bit concerned internet was being delayed, but the internet web gods above have delivered. Hello to Monica from Oregon. Hello to Daniel. Hello to Linda. Oh my gosh, there is a bug here that is taunting me right now. Hello to Gail. My gosh, you slipped in there with the first comment again. It's so good to see everybody. Happy Monday. Wow, what a busy weekend. How was your weekend? We accomplished a lot here on the farm. There was a work weekend that happened, and we had some friends join us here on farm to clean up the pastures, and the property is in pretty good shape. If you have a question that you would like answered on today's Barnside Chat, all you have to do is put it in the comment feed below, and a kind admin will make sure that we get those questions. And sometimes we answer them live on the program. So put them in the comment feed below. You can private message us, or you can email us. We hope that you want to come and visit us. We are in our last season here at the farm. We are moving, and now is your last chance to see the property. Head on over to the website. We have some tours that are available. And oh, have I got a bug, or is that on my screen? Nope, that was a bug. Oh my goodness. How long was that there? Oh my gosh, he's back. He's taunting me. Go on over to the website. We'd love to show you around here at the property, and we want to show you around at the new property too. But for now, come on and help us pack up, help us clean up, help us keep up, help volunteer. We would love to have you here at the farm. Today's Barnside Chat agenda goes something like this. We're going to talk about the Summer Sparkle campaign. And then we're going to have some resident updates. That's when Chris is going to join us. We're going to do the weather report and then answer some questions from the Magic Rainbow Bag. It's Summer Sparkle Sanctuary Makeover Edition season. And we have been talking an awful lot about the Summer Sparkle campaign. And we thank you so much for those of you that have donated so far to the campaign. We're trying to raise an enormous amount of money. $150,000 is what we need in order to maintain, in order so that we can move some of our buildings, so that we can have fencing ready for when we arrive at the new place, and updating some of the arena, like putting some doorways in the arenas, updating the new medical suite to make sure that we can provide the highest level of care. Oh yeah, and there's the installation of the security system to keep everyone safe. So I cannot forget about that. The Summer Sparkle campaign is running all the way through the month of June. And last week we reported $30,548. And let's get the drum roll here. Oh, I switched cameras. Let's go back and let's get the drum roll. Here we go. A big update. We went from $30,548 to, here it is. Just kidding. Here it is. $70,949.52. Holy Mackinac. Wow. $70,949. Let me get that back there. What is happening with my screen? I'm having operator error problems. There we are. 70,000. Like that is outstanding. I want to add some nonverbal communications there, some hearts, some thumbs up. We are just a smidgen away from the halfway point, and we still have a long way to go. But wow, that was an enormous turnout this past week, jumping $40,000, which is incredible. Esther's mission sure takes a community, and we're glad to have you be a part of it. And to add some momentum to the already crazy momentum of the Summer Sparkle campaign, where you showed up in droves this past week. Today is Match Monday. Check out these two handsome butts. It's Match Monday. We are matching all donations up to $7,500. I can't believe it. Another kind donor. Yes, that is due for applause. A kind donor has come forward and has offered to match $7,500. Match Monday. It's running right now. Don't delay. Don't think that others are going to match it. It's our job to get it matched right now. Dollar for dollar is being matched up to $7,500. We have an amazing opportunity to add, if my math serves me correct, $15,000 we get to add to that at the end of today. So we can do this. Come on, friends. We can do this. The mission, all of our friends that live here behind us, they are depending on us to raise this money, to get the new farm ready, to make sure that this goes off as seamlessly as we possibly can. So thank you so much to everybody that donated already. The Summer Sparkle Sanctuary Makeover Edition, we are at, oh no, we are not at that. We are at $70,949, and it is Match Monday. Let's keep the momentum going, friends. It was a slow start, but we are well on our way. We are well on our way. It's Match Monday. Today we're going to get well over 50% of the way there. I have no doubt about it, but we need your help. We need your love. We need your support. So how are some of the ways that you can contribute to the Summer Sparkle campaign that might make it just maybe a little bit more special for you? There are naming opportunities. You could be a fairy hog mother. Who doesn't want to be a fairy hog mother? With your donation of $35, you could donate 1 foot of fencing. And let me tell you, there are many feet of fencing that we need to put up. There's at least 20 or 30 feet of fencing we have to put up. Actually, there's around 6,000 linear feet of fencing that we have to put up. Just a few feet of fencing. We have fence post dedications. You could help us move one of our buildings. We have a lot of money invested in the buildings here at the current property, and we want to make sure that we bring some of those comforts with us. So help us move some of the buildings. Your kind contributions will be doubled today, up to $7,500. Here's a tip that went out today from Hercules. If you subscribe to our emails, and we hope that you do, you got a tip today From Hercules, make sure your medical suite has all the important finishing touches. As someone who may have been called a hypochondriac once or twice, I really like everything about a medical suite. I can't stress enough the importance. Fencing and gates to help guide me and my friends safely to the pig chute or water treadmill safely and securely. Yeah, that's definitely coming from a note from Hercules, our resident hypochondriac. So if you subscribe to the newsletters, you would have got that tidbit email this morning. And here, friends, joining us live in the barn. There you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is Chris. And Chris is a caregiver here that has been working full time for. Got to find yourself on the screen. Just step over a bit. Yeah, there you go. Left is right, right is left. Yeah, there you are.
All right.
If you could hear our friends at home, there was a big drum roll, and now there's some applause playing for Chris.
Amazing.
Yeah, right. You know,
wow,
like
this is such the debut.
Who knew that this could happen? Chris, how long have you worked here? About
Since December, so 6 months.
You got to experience your first winter here.
Did, yeah.
Chris knows all the residents by name inside and out, and today Chris is going to help us cover off the portion of the resident healthcare updates. If I can find the right button. Oh, look at that. Look at that, Chris.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, check it out. So, Chris, today we're going to talk about our friend Mr. Brindle.
Oh,
yeah.
those ears.
I know.
Those ears.
Those ears look like they're about ready to take off there, don't they? Give us an update on Mr. Brindleface. I mean, aside from oohing and eyeing at the marvel of this photo.
That's really the most important part is the ears. We got to keep the ears strong.
You could tell a lot about the happiness of a pig by how tall their ears stand.
Well, his are very tall, so we must be doing something right.
And look at, they are enormous. That is a great angle. Our friend Brindle has been suffering a bit of hind-end ataxia.
He has, yes.
And I saw a video recently this morning of Brindle. Explain what you saw. I know you were there.
With April?
Yeah.
Yeah. So April decided she did not want Brindle in her space anymore and decided to give him a little butt on the behind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it did end with Brindle losing his back end and going down for a second. He got up and walked it off, and he's fine. And
it didn't look great, right?
It looked really bad. I was pretty concerned until he got up and walked away. And then I found them a half hour later, and he was cuddling in the barn together. So they made up pretty quick, but it is scary when he doesn't have that strength to kind of move quickly or hold himself up.
Yeah, the stability, really noticing the strength. And we had just come out of a meeting and marveling his strength, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's the weeks, the good weeks, bad weeks, but he got right back up again, which is important. And he didn't seem to. He just walked it off.
Yeah, he walked off. He was fine. I checked him for any bite marks. There was nothing there. So
he's Brindle is 9.
Yeah, they just had their 9th birthday.
Just had their 9th birthday, and the life expectancy of large pigs is, 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's certainly showing signs of arthritis.
For sure. Yeah. His back end, definitely not as bad as we witnessed with Peggy, but, it's much slower decline. But I imagine as he gets older, it's going to be, we're hoping a slow decline so that we can manage it. But we're obviously keeping a big eye on him.
Spondylosis and arthritis are things that we need to monitor every day, and we need to monitor the pain that the residents are experiencing and also provide them with some relief of that pain. What are some things that Brindle gets to help him with his pain?
Literally this morning, he got some laser treatment.
Okay.
We did that.
Yeah,
which he loved. He just got a belly rub. He just lays there. We do his one side, flip him on his other. He gets another belly rub. He really loves those.
Loves it.
He has his osteopathy appointments.
Okay.
I think we have the massage therapist who comes for him.
Yep.
Possibly a chiropractor works on him as well.
And Fig Newtons.
Fig Newtons stuff with, meloxicam and turmeric.
It's that kind of party,
carbon 60 and BioH. He's on a whole lot of things.
Right on.
But
everything for an old aging man named Brindle.
Yeah, I wish we had. Well, I think Andrea's posted pictures of the sandwich that we give him every morning, filled with peanut butter and all his goodies.
Yeah, it looks like a Quagmire sandwich, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it totally
for sure.
looks like something you don't want to eat. Here's another experience that happened on the farm. I know you were there because of this photo. How's our friend Mr. Denver doing? Just give us a little update on what they're seeing here, because new people join the page every week. Hello to new people. This is our friend Denver, but for folks that haven't heard about what's happening, go for it.
So the quick recap is we noticed him having, he was being pretty lame on his back end. So we had a farrier out, which is, he's in this little contraption, which basically just raised him up and allowed the farrier to take a good look at his feet.
Yep.
We discovered an ulcer in one and an abscess in the other.
Okay.
So we were able to kind of clean those out, wrapped him up. That was last week, 2 weeks ago. Time is really hard here.
Yeah, it really flies. There's a little video of, tell us what we're seeing there.
Yeah, so you can see he's like you can see the farrier working away on the back hooves there. It's really amazing because it's not like a tilt table. It puts him on his side. He gets to stay supported upright, and it just lifts his back legs up.
Yep.
So it's it's the least stressful we can be on him. He obviously doesn't like being in there, but this is the best we can do for him. So basically, we were just feeding him some grass pellets while they kind of dug around back there to clean it all up.
I love how he's lifted right off the ground. I was not expecting that. I was like, why didn't they just do it like on the ground? But I guess that's so that the farrier has like the optimal working height.
It was so quick too. Like he was only in there a couple minutes. He was able to get all 4 hooves. They trimmed up and were able to dig out the ulcers and stuff. And he's walking a lot better, like noticeably better.
There's the tilt table that Chris was just talking about. I'm going to switch your places.
Sorry.
That's all right. There's the tilt table that we were just talking about. This is at OVC, and so this is a different method of trimming the hooves. And this tilt table, you can see that there would be a lot of pressure on certain places when Denver or anybody in that contraption is turned on their side. And it was remarkably fast how soon pressure showed up.
Yeah.
I was like that. Like, how long was he tipped? Like,
I know.
How did that, like, it felt like the wound I was looking at was like he should have been tipped for 2 or 3 days, like trapped, but just one single appointment.
Yeah, he's a big boy, so there's a lot of pressure when you put him on his side like that.
So seeing him without those pressure sores, oh my gosh. And coming in and out of this contraption, we're certainly grateful that he could have that experience on farm, not have to be transported.
Yeah.
Thank you to all the monthly donors that make all of the daily healthcare here possible. Denver had a great experience. He's out in the pasture. The bandages are off now, right?
Yeah. We kept them on
intentionally,
Yeah, they stayed on for about 3 days, and then we got them into the crowding tub and we removed them. Obviously, we don't want them soaking in, wet or anything else. So we were able to get them off, and his feet look great back there.
I saw the laser going up there as well for his feet, so I know he's going to get a laser treatment. So that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
They're going to back him into the crowding tub and then do the involuntary laser treatment.
Yeah, that's how we did it the first time I was up there. Obviously, he's a nervous guy, so it's not like Brindle where we can get him down with a belly rub. He's not gonna,
oh my gosh, that would be amazing.
I would love that.
Him down for a belly rub.
I would love that. So we got to be a little more creative with Denver.
Pouty. I like when Pouty's down because you can approach him and give him some scratches and cuddles, but not Denver, man. Denver is up from a mile away. Did you see this fellow? I'm sure you saw the notes about this guy.
I did.
Yeah, Mr. Enrique. And you can tell something's going on in this photo, just by this photo. This was pre... Chris, tell us what happened.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure how he got it, but he had an abscess in his cheek there. I think it happened sometime over the weekend. Not sure how he got it, but he's always getting into something, so...
Yeah, he's definitely little scraps, right?
Yeah, luckily it burst on its own yesterday. Like an hour before his scheduled vet appointment,
right? Which
worked out really nicely, so we could kind of quickly clean it up, send them over there so they could do a very thorough check on him. And
so he's got a shaved face now.
Yeah,
I don't have photos of that, but
that's good. It's so mean. He doesn't look great right now.
No, he's so PO'd right now, and there's signs on the doors of the office and the kitchen area to keep him in that area.
Yeah, he's really upset about that.
So upset. He is so upset. He just wants to be out. I mean, he's not upset, I don't think, because of the procedure.
I don't think it's bothering you. I think him being inside, he really does not like it.
No, he's totally miffed that his routine is a bit thrown off. But we'll keep an update on Enrique. We'll show you pictures of his face wound, and they're going to do laser treatment, I know for sure, on that as well, because that'll speed up the healing of that area and bring positive blood flow to that area. And those are all things that Enrique needs for a fast and smooth healing process. Those are the resident updates. Is there anything else? Anything that you read on the notes that you want to cover, in terms of
there's so much we can cover. I mean, there's always something going on.
Was there any big notable change from shift over shift that you're like, oh geez, I gotta go check that out?
I mean, so I don't know if you've done an update on Nancy. He was having...
No, I didn't.
We can talk about Nancy then.
Go for it, absolutely.
So as last week, we noticed he had some impacted feathers in his tail. So we got him down and we did a little hot water compress on that. And we were able to remove the entire plug, which was nice. Unfortunately, there's a little hole in his tail now.
Yep.
But anyways, we were able to clean that out really well. Obviously, it would have been causing him a lot of pain having all those feathers stuck together and pulling. So we kept him inside for a day just to make sure none of the other birds were pecking at him.
Yep.
He's got an appointment with the vet to get it checked out tomorrow. But yeah, he's doing good. But obviously, he has a history of issues with impacted feathers along his back end. So we're being very cautious with that and trying to
spell it out for us. What is it? What do we think it is? It's we think it's cancer, right? We think it's a resurgence of cancer, right? Yeah. The impacted feathers adds like this level of sugar coating to it that it's hard to, but we don't want to be all doom and gloom on it either. It's not uncommon for cancer to show back up again. We're hoping for the best. I'm glad that you guys got the plug out, and we've got somebody that's going to look at it right away, and we'll keep you point. I mean, Nancy has had the absolute longest life of a bird like him with his conditions that I can ever imagine.
Yeah.
He's a fighter, man. I have no doubt that this is not going to hold him down. Tell us a little bit about his history.
I know some. I know he had obviously he's missing part of his toe. He's missing a wing. I feel like we could just go through a list of things. He's been through a lot.
He has a thick file. Nancy was bred into this world to be a meat chicken, and his life expectancy was 40 days. And we are now 7 years into Nancy's life. He's going to have a lot of battle wounds and a lot of battle scars, because living past your life expectancy to that 1,000th of percentile, I would love to do the math on how far. It's probably like 6,000.
Yeah, something ridiculous.
Yeah, it's probably super high.
He's one of a kind for sure.
He is one of a kind. So we'll leave the resident healthcare on that. We talked about Brindle, we talked about Denver, we talked about Enrique, and then we talked about Nancy. So you can keep up to date. Andrea will do their bear care healthcare corner update, and they'll probably go more into detail and continue to tell the stories of our residents and what they need to get to be as healthy as they possibly can. We can't hear it, but you can, and that music is going to have a Pavlovian effect on some of you, because it's time for the Sanctuary Weather Report. It's cooled off a lot, yeah?
Yes, it is. It's still, I think, 24, 25 degrees.
It's 24
so
degrees.
It's really nice. Last week was something else. That was a rough week. Very rough week.
Last week was brutal.
Yeah.
It was like pushing 40 degrees pretty much the whole week. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And arguably.
Yeah, the feels like was over 40 for a couple of the days. Yeah, it was really rough.
Yeah, the residents were for sure feeling it, but it's nice to see the cooler temperatures. Here are the trending temperatures for the week. We got, it looks like it's going down to 18, which is nice, with a nice cool evening of 9, which, wow, that's awesome. That's perfect sleeping weather if you're a pig, because man, that was smoking hot, and I'm glad that all of the residents got through it, because I kept asking them, like, what can I do to help? What can I do to help?
I know, yeah. It was very frequent rounds. We were constantly walking the property, checking in on everybody.
The team had it handled. It was it's awesome. All the watering stations, all the mud holes.
Yeah, the bogs were full.
Barns were cool.
Yeah.
This barn does a fabulous job of staying cool in those very hot days. Chris, this is your first magic rainbow bag session.
It is.
I feel like we should have like a cheers or like a fist bump. If you have a question you'd like answered, all you have to do is put it in the comment feed below. It'll appear by magic in the comments, and then our kind admin moderator, who has their finger on the 3-second delay. We're not sure what Chris is going to say.
Who knows?
It's usually Andrea, but
yeah.
The 3-second delay button is being held by Christine today. So if you have a question, you can put it in the comment feed below, and it'll appear by magic on our screen. Here's the first question. Deb, so what do you do with the lovely animals if you get a bad storm? Just curious, the poor little things. Oh, yeah, we had some bad storms last week.
Yeah.
There was some rotations. I'm sure that's what they're talking about, because last Barnside, or maybe it was Fireside, I can't remember, we had talked about some tornado touchdowns that had happened around us.
Okay.
People are surprised that Ontario has a lot of tornadoes.
Yeah, we're not far from here. Quite a few around here.
It's tumultuous weather, and when it gets super hot, and it's a perfect storm for tornadoes. So what do we do to the lovely animals if we get a bad storm? Well, Chris, give us a couple things.
Well, the first thing we're going to do is obviously get the most vulnerable inside. That would be like our chickens, the sheep and the goat, the ducks. Obviously, any of them are going to be affected first. So we try and get them inside and closed off and make sure they're safe first.
Yeah, and then the big residents, they already know what to do. They take off for the barns. The second that their backs get wet, they immediately, well, I shouldn't say immediately, but they pretty much, it's pretty much like an on-off switch where you see them coming in, you're like, oh, they're getting wet. They're fair weather pigs. They don't tend to stay out in the storm, but they come to the barns. That's the best that we can do. I mean, we don't have like a dug-in basement that we could lead everybody to safety. That would be amazing, but that just doesn't exist. We just have to hope for the best that the weather doesn't affect the sanctuary in a crazy way. Some of the buildings that we have were built with, they had hurricane ties put on them to make them stronger in big, huge, impactful windstorms. And then I can't remember if this barn got an upgrade and got them put on. Actually, I can tell from here. No, it did not. So it was something that was considered was, we get a lot of high winds and a lot of downpour rains, like just flood rains. How do we deal with all of that? So I know the new barns were built with the hurricane ties, but we just hope for the best. We hope that it doesn't hit us. I mean, it's so far so good. Knock wood. Oh my gosh. Knocking wood right there. Good question, Deb. Next question is, how would you protect the residents from a tornado? Oh, okay. So we're really on the path of wind and destruction. So I hope I answered that one for you, Michelin. Are you taking the gardens with you to the new place? Some of the vegetable garden is moving, yes, and some of the trees and shrubs that were planted just recently prior to the notion of the sanctuary moving, that stuff will come along. But there's a lot of infrastructure to put in at the new place, and since we're moving off season, putting in the vegetable garden in October is not super top of focus. Getting the residents all sort of chummy in their spaces is for sure top of mind, but we will definitely be landscaping out as time goes on. Lynn wants to know, where's the bathroom in the Geodome? Do you know the answer to this?
I think there's a little outhouse between the two, if I remember.
Yeah, you're right. So here's a video of the Geodome. The Geodome. I didn't even know what a Geodome was, Chris, before this. I like to say it too, like Geodome. It's like a superhero.
Yeah, when I did my trip over there, I was like, are we going to get to stay in this? No. Like, are the caregivers, can we hang out here?
I know, right?
It's beautiful.
There are two of them. You can see kind of 2 blocks there on the screen, but between the 2 geodomes, there is a facility.
Yeah.
It's a wooden facility, and there's a compostable. Oh, there's so many things on. I don't know how to get out of here. How do I get back? There's a composting toilet in there. Do you know what a composting toilet is?
Yeah, it's where they throw the wood shavings or whatever, and it breaks down into compost.
So this one, so I haven't heard of that. Like this one's propane fired.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, right.
Never heard of that.
Me either. I was like, what's the propane tank for? Like, is that heat? I'm like looking around, like, no, that's not to heat the place. I'm like, it's connecting to the toilet.
Oh, weird.
And I looked it up, and yeah, so you put like this coffee filter in the bottom. Not a coffee filter.
Right.
You know, it's a big coffee filter. And then when you go to the bathroom, it takes it and puts it below and then incinerates it.
Oh,
that's
fascinating.
Into ash, back into, you know, back to the earth. Right. And you have to empty it out like every couple weeks.
It's so interesting.
I know, right? I was like, oh, so that's those aren't coffee filters on the wall. That's to do your business.
All right, so I guess the winners of that trip to Heaths are gonna have to get a little training session on how to use the washroom.
I mean, I definitely am going to be watching a YouTube video on how to make sure to do it properly. Yeah.
We'll have to make sure we know how to use it first before we train anybody else.
A QR code on the side of the incinerator toilet. I bet you there's videos on what you should not put in an incinerator toilet.
I would guess so, yeah.
You can win a trip to Heaths if you'd like to use the incinerator toilet. Doesn't that sound awesome? We're going to have French toast in the morning. We're going to do chores. We're going to feed out the pigs. If you'd like to win a trip to Heaths, all that you have to do is head on over to the website. There's the Geodome. You're going to spend a weekend there. We're going to fly you from anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Where could they live?
They could live anywhere in Europe.
Europe is a perfect place to come and visit.
Yeah, you don't want to come from close. Like, no. You can, if you're in Toronto, you should just come anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna fly you out from Toronto. That'll be.
You should just come visit anyways.
I'll come and pick you up. If you live in Toronto, I will come and pick you up. We're not gonna fly you from the Buttonville Airport to Pearson. Come and visit. We would love. You can enter the raffle, $10 per ticket. If you are a monthly donor, 1 ticket equals 2 tickets. So for $10 you get 2 entries, and you can visit from anywhere in the world. It's to support the Summer Sparkle Sanctuary Makeover Edition. My gosh, that is a mouthful. Here is the farm that we are building out. Fencing and site prep begins in the middle of July. You can see these real-time drawings of the chicken and the pig areas, and then there's going to be some sheep areas that I think are going to go on. So that area there's 700 linear feet. It's around $14,000. For those of us at home that are good at math, that's around $18 a foot. We got a pig area going in up there by the nice big old beautiful barn. I can't wait to show you that place inside and out. And then we have some sheep areas, which I think are going to show up on. Nope, this video is over. But there are some goat and sheep areas that need to be fenced out. And there are areas there that the fencing is in good enough shape for the equine and for the cows, which is good, because that's the most expensive thing, is putting in the fencing. And we have to try to spread that expense out as far as we can. Okay, here's the other music that's going to be activating for people. They want to know how many days until we move. This little video gives me anxiety every time I have to take it this time. 93 days until we move.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And it's counting down to September 26th. Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm not even part of the planning part of this, and I'm already, like, my heart's racing, like, oh God, that's so soon.
It is so soon. 93 days. We have so much work to do, but with your love and support, it's going to... We're gonna sail through this move. I know this is a difficult thing to do, but we have to do it. And with your love and support during the Summer Sparkle campaign, it's going to be a whole lot easier. We need to get hustling on that. We need to get the fencing in. Here's the site plan. Chris, I know you've seen the site plan a few times. Mm-hmm. If anybody has already donated to the campaign, the Summer Sparkle campaign, you're privy to some video segments called Magic on the Move. And we're talking specifically all about the site plan and the spending and the project management from that side, and doing things like learning the lessons that are bringing the our knowledge that we've learned here and bringing it to there. So Magic on the Move is a YouTube segment, and if you donate to the campaign, you're privy to that. And as well, you get to come to the cupcake party. Did they tell you about the cupcake party?
Nobody's told me about a cupcake party.
The residents are having a cupcake party to honor Esther's what would be 12th birthday, and she of course is the founder that we all look up to here. So we're going to celebrate with the end of the Summer Sparkle campaign with cupcakes for all of the residents. So we're getting ready to do that, and we'll send out the link for that video. We're going to do that. Esther's birthday was July the 1st, so it'll be sometime very close to July 1st, if not July 1st. We're trying to figure out when and how it's all going to happen, but we know that there's a cupcake party. All you got to do is donate $1 and you would get invited to that virtual cupcake party. I think we did it, Chris. I think, oh wait, look at that. There's some photos of the week.
So we almost did it.
We almost did it. That was I gave you false hope that you could leave. Photos of the week. Here's some cute ones. Okay, here's another big ears. You know who that is just by the snaggletooth.
It's got it.
Just by that tooth.
Is it Brindle?
No, I think no. That's
sorry.
No, that's all right. That's That's Hercules.
Is that her?
I think so. No,
I don't see the saddleback on it.
No, it's hard to tell.
Sorry, there's so much glare.
But those ears, who cares? Look at those ears. Those ears. It looks like he's gonna take off. We'll have to argue about who that actually is. I'll have to go back and see. But yeah, I got to put those.
It might be Hercules. It's hard to tell with the glare.
I look at that tooth. I'm like, that snaggletooth.
Yeah, his tusks are huge.
He's got big teeth. Here's somebody who's got a big smile on.
Aww.
Miss Abigail. And then we got. Oh, there's Brindle Man.
There he is.
There's Brindle Man coming out on pasture every night around. I don't know, 7 o'clock. The pastures get switched from goats and sheep. They get put closer to home, closer to their barn, and then the pastures get open up for April and her pigs. So I get a chance to chum with them almost on a nightly basis now on this rotation. Look at this silly man. This silly man made this silly face. Have you seen them make that face?
I have, yeah.
I love the silly smell. They put he's smelling something there. It must be my cologne or maybe something that I had for dinner, but I need to put that back up there just one more. Oh, no, I can't do it. Closing up the goat and sheep barn at night is sometimes quite stressful. Diablo here. I wondered how he was getting these ridges on his horns, and it's because he is slamming his head.
Yeah, which is so weird because he spends so much time with Elmer.
Yeah.
Since Elmer goes back and forth between the sheep side and the goat side. He gets along with both. He's a very special man. So they spend all day together.
They totally do. And then when you put them in the same room together and separated, they have all these behaviors that come out. But that's the privileges of running a sanctuary, is getting to see exactly what the residents need, recognizing recognizing who they get along with, who they share fence lines with, exactly, their daily interactions. I was like, where are those ridges coming from? And then to see it happening, I was like, well, that makes perfect sense, because he is slamming his head against that green gate. All right, Chris, it was a pleasure having you here on Barnside Chat. The crowd's going wild. You can hear them applauding. You can hear the applaud. There it is. Can you hear it?
I can hear it.
There it is.
All the way from their homes, I can hear it.
All right, Chris, I'm going to take your microphone so that we don't have any weird microphone interactions. Thanks so much, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, friends. That was awesome to catch up with Chris. Awesome to do the resident update. Remember, we are in the middle of Match Monday. It's Match Monday. We are matching all donations up to $7,500. We are, of course, trying to raise $150,000, and we are at $70,949. So we still have quite a ways to go to close up this gap. Thank you so much, friends, for tuning in. Every single week, your love and support here is unmatched. What we do here, we couldn't do it without you, and you're a big reason of why we show up every day. You and the residents that all live in the barn behind us here. As we conclude today's Barnside Chat, I want to remind each of you of the immense impact you have as champions of our mission. As the executive director and co-founder, this cause is deeply personal to me, and I'm always driven by the principles of kindness and compassion for farmed animals everywhere. We are our most public ambassadors, and your role in shaping how our organization is perceived in the community is crucial. It's our responsibility to share the good news about our work and sometimes the bad news, but to highlight the incredible efforts that we put in every day. That is our pleasure. Remember the work that you do. That's invaluable. It's off the charts important, and we need every one of you to engage and be active. Let's remind everyone of the joy and privilege of being a part of our mission. Together, we can be a part of the solution that the world so desperately needs. Thank you for your dedication and love, friends. Their world is counting on us. Bye for now.
All we need is a place to be and a few good friends for some company. If you'd like to stay, you don't have to leave. We'll leave the lights on and the door unlocked. If you drop on by, you don't have to knock. We're happy to share whatever we've got.